Hello buddy, Sanir, engineer, MBA and investor, and in today's video I want to talk about Cure 2.0 Act. This bill is set to be discussed this year in 2022 in US, and this bill is very important for genomics slash biotech for numerous reasons that we will look at in today's video. I want to talk about all of that in this video. Now before we do that, before we jump into today's video, do like this video, smash that like button, destroy that like button, guys. It's just underneath this video. If you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, and if you want to go a step further, you can always join the membership of this channel by clicking join underneath this video. So this article here, the proposed Cures 2.0 Act, what can you expect? This was actually published just shy of a month ago. And I actually found this article literally 30 minutes ago, right? And I was sort of researching into Invitae. I was trying to see what people were saying about Invitae. Obviously, we've sort of nicknamed this company to be the Amazon of genomics or the Google of genomics because of the data that they hold. But basically, I ran into this article, right? And there's another article that I want to take a look at that's a little bit more from the legacy media type of article. But this one is from the National Law Review. And what this is basically describing what this Cures 2.0 Act is all about. On November 2016, this was discussed, 173 pages, bipartisan bill, and we're looking at numerous things. But here's the thing, right? If you take a look at here, there was a quote here: "We'll be bringing together some of our nation's greatest minds to help find these devastating diseases, and we will, for the first time, be putting the full weight of the federal government behind the ongoing efforts to end these terrible diseases as we know them, which is on a mission to all of us, for us, all of us to get behind. The bill will provide $6.5 billion to ARPAH through its first 3 years." Okay, so this is sort of a high level figure here for the Advanced Research Project Agency for Health. And this is a new agency, right? And I mean, I'm going to give my thoughts here really quickly on that, but let's just continue here. The Cure 2.0 contained numerous provisions that would impact the FDA. The FDA would have to establish two additional intercenter institutes, provide grants for novel trial designs and innovation in drug development, submit a report to Congress with respect to cell and gene therapies, issue guidance on the use of real-world evidence in evaluating the safety and effectiveness of breakthrough devices, and on developing and submission of chemistry, manufacturing, controls information products subject to one of the FDA's expedited regulatory pathways. Additionally, the bill will accelerate the timeline for these designations: FDA breakthrough therapies and regenerative medicine advanced therapies, allowing sponsors to require designation before and after new drug application or biologic license application is submitted. The FDA would also be required to meet with sponsored device manufacturers, clinical research organizations, the technology community, the patient community to discuss innovative approaches and incentives to adopt decentralized clinical trials. Right, so then there's a couple of other things here. So before I even move into the other article, a couple of points here. First of all, having a new agency, I already can just like predict half of you will be basically booing this bill because you're introducing a new agency, right? And I totally understand where this criticism could be coming from, because whenever you introduce a new agency, that means more bureaucracy, more bureaucrats, more employees in the workforce, to basically more complexities that could inhibit growth, and basically set more blockers than anything, right? And I totally understand that. But if you kept on listening to what I said, the key word for me, I mean, obviously here developing for novel, provide grants, that's amazing. Uh, Explaining basically guidance on real world evidence in evaluating safety, I think that's really important. Submit a report to Congress with respect to cell and gene therapies. I love that, right? I love that because the FDA will now have an obligation to report to the politicians in the Congress and US Congress about what's going on with cell and gene therapies. And I'm going to take a huge guess that this also includes CRISPR programs like CTX001 or NTLA 2001. Now, what I found the most impressive is this line here. The bill will accelerate the timeline for designation of FDA breakthrough therapies and regenerative medicine advanced therapy. This is basically CTX001. There is no CRISPR FDA drug approved right now in US. And this bill is basically telling the FDA you need to accelerate the timeline. Do whatever you can to accelerate the timeline. Accelerating the timeline does not necessarily mean that you basically reduce the safety. I think I think I mean if we just step back from this aspect of it, if this sector like the technology, just think about your personal lives, right? Let's say you're doing a task A, right? And then you have to do task B. I mean, everybody can find inefficiencies. Everybody can find inefficiencies, and everybody can be more efficient at whatever they're trying to do. If you just sit down and try to understand, okay, so when I do task A, instead of doing it this way, and before I jump to that task B, I can do it that way, so that when I do jump to task B, it'll take less time to do that transition. Will take less time. And if you apply that basic like one-on-one logic about time management and about task management, and then you apply that to obviously a complex organization like the FDA and the complex world of the science world, obviously we're talking about CRISPR companies and CTX001, those types of programs, there will always be inefficiencies. And this bill, what it's saying to me right now is, look, there are inefficiencies out there. We recognize them. We want to eliminate those inefficiencies so we can accelerate the timeline. And because our patients in US are basically at a daily basis, many of them are dying from diseases that could literally be treated if we were to accelerate the timeline, right? Again, we don't want to jeopardize safety. We don't want to jeopardize the efficiency of those drugs or those CRISPR drugs or those treatments, whatever that is, gene editing, whatever tool you're using. But at the same time, we want to eliminate that efficiency. And what this bill is doing is like, look, we're going to provide you the tools, the resources, the said agency to do that. But you will have to report cell and gene therapies progress to the Congress, and you're going to have to accept the idea that we will be monitoring those timelines and we want to have accelerated growth. So there's many years of data, right? And you can basically, if this gets passed, forget I'm 2022, in 2023 or 2024, you can basically take those 2 years and basically it's like this, since the bill is passed, this has been done, right? The simple question is, has the timelines been improved? If the answer is no, then you basically have an FDA organization that is not adhering to what the Congress just passed here. So that's why I find this sentence here really powerful, because this will accelerate growth from CRISPR companies. In my opinion, you'll have more programs, more patients dosed, more data published, and you'll just ultimately have the first and many more CRISPR drug FDA approved, right, in the upcoming years. I just love this build, right? I can't believe I didn't find this bill in the previous years. And then this article here on Bloomberg, they talked about it, and at a really high level, if you just read those two bullet points, bill aims to speed medical innovations, pay for genetic testing, so that's NVT, directly NVT. You can even put BNGO, Pacific Bioscience, in the same sentence. Path forward on legislation unclear amid busy calendar. I mean, look, the BBB bill was basically denied, right, by uh, late December, right? So I I mean, look, if this is a busy schedule, I'm sorry, but I'm sure this bill it can take much more priority than failed bills, right? That weren't passed. So my personal opinion here, look, the proposed 2 trillion spending bill was denied, right? And my personal opinion is this: now the focus will be shifting towards these types of bill, right? Cures 2.0, and I just love it. I just love it. I can't explain um, more of an enthusiasm here. I'm seeing things that I think this could accelerate growth of genomics. This could put us back in a bull run. Again, I don't want to get your hopes up. This is not financial advice, but I'm just reading the news here, guys. US, obviously the biggest market in the world. Most of these CRISPR companies are based in US, and whenever you have the government in US that is basically saying, look, we're going to accelerate the timelines for FDA to approve these drugs. And this affects directly CRISPR companies. This puts more money into the pockets of these companies to basically reinvest in the programs, such as NVIDIA that we just took a look at. I think there's many things to be discussed about in this bill. I'll try to find more time to look at that and to see how this bill is going to progress in the upcoming months. But I truly believe this will go forward. I think this is long overdue. I think the governments, I've already said this many times in this channel, the governments will have no choice to step in and to basically allow these companies to flourish, because CRISPR is for real. For example, CRISPR as a gene editing tool is for real, and Vitae as a genomics company is for real. All these companies, Teladoc, all these companies, guys, they are for real. They're making positive change in the world with what we've seen since 2020 with, you know what, um, things are never going to go back the way they were. The world has seen how important health is, how important biosecurity is, how important it is for us to be proactive rather than reactive. And you're gonna see a bunch of these bills being passed, not just in US, in Canada, in Australia, in UK, in Middle East, in Asia. You'll see all Africa. You'll see all these bills passed, and all these companies that have been working so hard will have more funds to work with and will eventually grow. And I truly believe this will happen. Let me know what you guys think about Cure 2.0 build in this channel, in this video, in the comment section. Curious to see what you guys think. Like this video, found value. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful Saturday, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Sunday. Thank you very much.